So how do you stop a whole bunch of powerful people from fighting? You drop a big freaking robot into the battlefield. That's what you do. Oh man, Recreators episode 7. Soda, he's not my favorite character because he is on purpose everything that I hate about a giant robot protagonist. But hey, if you're gonna show up and be a showstopper, then do it in style, because nobody wanted any parts of that giant robo once it hit the field, and I don't blame them. I mean, to start off with this episode, you got everything that you wanted. I mean, you got Celicia and Alice going at it, you got Blitz Talker out there, you got Yuya showing up with his persona, taking the field, taking the fight to everybody. You even got Mamika out there trying to get everybody to stop and say, you know what, we need to stop, have cooler heads to think about that. Nobody was listening, but as soon as they dropped that big ass robot on the field, everybody paid attention and was like, alright, let's go, get out of here. And Magane, she is still just sitting there looking like, oh my god, this is great. I mean, she's being a fan right now because we know she likes to stir up the shit. But after that, you know, we got back to business as usual with Recreators. One of the things is, it's the usual pace. I mean, you get a little bit of action here, you get 80 to 90% exposition, you get a big thing at the end. That seems to be the flow of this series, and I have to be honest, guys, it's kind of wearing thin with me right now. And again, it's not that I don't like the series, it's just that the pacing is, I don't know, it just feels like we're just not getting anywhere with the series. And I know it has 22 episodes, we know that we have the time, but at the same time, we're in episode 7. I just want to see things move along at more of a faster pace. If they're going to give us battles, give us battles. If they're going to give us exposition, give us exposition. I respect that it's trying to change it up by giving you a little bit of everything, but it just seems like everybody being in one area and the situation being explained to everyone takes up a majority of the series. So with the exposition being said, we found out about Magane, which is no surprise that she's a villain and she's from a light novel. And indeed, her ability is to turn words into reality, flipping lies up into reality. And she probably doesn't have to do it with lies. It's just that she's such a devious and crafty character. It's just what she likes to do. And we found out this ability is called Infinite Deception of, I gotta look at my notes on this one. Infinite Deception of Words. And we saw that last episode, you know, a lie is a lie, whatever she says, she can make happen. And she's been branded a villain. Her light novel that she comes from is a villain. She's already murdered some people, and the rest of our main good guy crew are looking for this character in this episode. And Yuya points out that when we came into this world, we don't necessarily have to follow the way that we were written. I mean, look at me, I was supposed to be a villain, but in this world, you know, I'm a little bit more noble. I got a little bit more class about myself. I'm not exactly a bad guy. And he feels that this is probably what's going on with Magane, or the fact that she's going around doing all this stuff may just be her lashing out, being against what she is in her book. But no, she's straight up evil. There's no manipulation about it at all. As a matter of fact, she may even have her own agenda going on, because when she killed her creator, yeah, she murdered her creator. She was looking at like what was written for her, and she was going over something that they've been tiptoeing about in this series called revision, by saying that, you know, this person could have made me fly, or they could have gave me this, gave me that. So perhaps she's actually trying to find a way to alter her character in this world, because she just wants to keep her evil reign going in this reality. And she has the potential to be a really big bad in this series, which honestly, I would be all for, because she's such a good character. I mean, she has just the amount of everything that you need to be a villain, so why not? Now, I have to point out something that's been nagging me with this series, and that's Soda himself. I mean, I've already forgot that he's the main character, but the biggest drive in this series is to find out the identity of Altair, you know, the military uniform girl, who's our creator, where she comes from. And the thing is, Sota knows all of this information, but as he sees the rest of the creators, the rest of the creations scrambling around trying to find out who this girl is, he's keeping his mouth shut about what's going on. That's really frustrating, because he sees the state that this world is in. He's seeing what these creations and the type of havoc that they can cause, and he has something in his past that he doesn't want to bring up. And the fact that he knows that everybody's looking for his character, he's not saying anything, but he wants to actually mention a Mamika, who at this time is on the wrong side of the battlefield, that he knows who she is. It's just a little bit maddening, because it was just one scene where they were like, where did she come from? Who is she? We find out that she was actually like on a site where people actually make like their own stories and everything. Not more, a little bit more of a step up of a fanfic, because they can actually put their own creations and videos and things on there. And this Altair character was actually one of the most popular people on that site. And while everybody is like, do you know anything? He's like, no, this is weird. I don't know why she recognizes me. But we know, we've already figured out that if he didn't create her directly, which I don't think is the case, he at the very least drew her, and the girl that did create her committed suicide. And another big piece that we find in this episode is he casually mentions something to Mamika that she is made from hate. She's made from despair. Like, whoever created her hated this world, so that's definitely tied to the suicide. I mean, overall, I am still very much enjoying Recreators. I absolutely love this series. It's just I do want things to pick up a little bit. I want them to stop being coy about what's going on with Soda. I know we got time, but it just seems like episode after episode after episode, we get that same mix of what we're getting, or we'll just get an info dump heavy episode. But I can tell you, they do leave you hanging because we found out what we need to know at the end, and it ropes you back into next week. So guys, I have to be honest, this was probably the weakest episode to me, at least the Recreators. I mean, the fight was awesome at the beginning, but the rest of it was back to the run of the mill, and I just feel like this is the way that this series is going to go, at least for the first half. But Soda needs to start talking. He needs to start talking soon, because once Altair gets going, and now we look like we got Magane, who could very well be a villain on her own, things aren't going to get better, so he needs to start speaking up. And also props to that Ufotable cafe that he was talking to Mamika in. I mean, I really like how this series just doesn't ignore it. They're supposed to be in the world that we're in, where we're seeing advertisements and things like that that we would know in this world, and to actually see somewhere called Ufotable, that's great. But again, the only thing that I want to point out is that the flaws of this series are beginning to shine through as we go through the weeks, because it's kind of like the same thing over and over, but it's still an enjoyable series. So guys, let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments below. Let me know some of your thoughts and theories about the series as well. If you liked the video, go ahead and drop that like, and if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as there's not a shortage of content you indulge on this channel. And as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me, and I really appreciate that, so thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.